Shalom, all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who rule well, and Shalom to the prophets doing the work of sincerity and truth. Got this article on barons.com, says it comes from AFP News. Europe Rights Court Europe Rights Court backs obligatory Maxxinations. So it says what? The European Court of Human Rights ruled on Thursday that democratic governments can make Maxxinations obligatory in a landmark judgment rejecting complaints brought by Czech families penalized for refusing compulsory jabs for their children. It is the first time since its creation in 1959 that the European Court of Human Rights delivered a judgment against compulsory vaccination against childhood diseases. About a judgment about. Says experts say it could have implications for C-19 vaccination policies, although the Czech cases were lodged between 2013 and 15, well before the current pandemic, and concern the vaccination of young children. The measures could be regarded as being necessary in a democratic society, the court ruled, saying the Czech health policy was consistent with the best interests of children. Yeah, so even though they say, like they said, it wasn't a case that was brought up because, around this current vaccine you got going out, but it does set the pace, man, and it really shows what you should expect coming from E, man, because that's really what you're seeing, because like I said, first time they ruled on it since the fucking 50s. Jesus, that's forever ago. And what they say? They said it was for children. But yeah. And the thing is these things it's just gonna build momentum, because it's like, okay, look. Because even for where the UK ain't even got to follow after what the EU's saying. But yeah, they're it's all leaning towards that, because that's why you got like the vaccine passports getting pushed. Because why? It's just gonna be like, hey, look. And the thing is they could just say, okay, look, kids under X age, you got to do it if they go to school or whatever. There's a few things they can do, but it's gonna be there. They're gonna be like, hey, look, this is what was ruled in the courts, so now we're just gonna push this out. And that's how he's getting down, man. It's just like with what's this guy's name? Biden, man, in the States. Since he's come in, he's doing his thing. Even with like the guns as well. They it's kind of mad, because like since like in the last month, the last month and a bit, had like maybe 4 or 5 shootings where it's like 5, 6, like 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 people died. And I'm like, bro, like maybe it was happening before and wasn't really in the news, but then I don't even know. But it's all of a sudden you just see that spike up, and now it's like, you know, Joe's pushed out that policy, man. That legislation. Well, not even legislation, executive order, basically. Against guns. So it's like these things are, gonna cause unrest, especially in America, man. It's like guns is one of them things. That's why they couldn't do a recall like they did in like the UK, in Australia, because people are gonna be rabid, man. Them Americans are gonna be actual animals for them guns. But we'll see. It's That's why it's like these things, you see them happening, and then down the line you see the ramifications take place afterwards. So it says, the objective has to be that every child is protected against serious diseases through Maxxination or by virtue of herd immunity, it added. As a result, the court ruled there had been no violation of Article 8 on the right to respect for private life. What? On the right to respect for private life of the European Convention on Human Rights. The decision by the Czech authorities was fully consistent with the rationale of protecting the health of the population. The decision was handed down by the Strasbourg-based court's highest instance, the Grand Chamber, which is composed of 17 European judges and cannot be appealed. It was passed by 16 votes to 1. Yeah. So, oh wow. What to say there? Legitimate aims. Experts say the decision was above all a blow to so-called anti-Max movements in Europe, who oppose all vaccines on principle, and is particularly timely as the C-19 pandemic is still raging worldwide, with immunity through vaccination the only clear solution. Yeah. So Max is getting pushed, and it's they've really been using. It's funny throughout the whole of like since March last year, they've used like kind of the situation, this thing going around to kind of really go after anyone that's not having their kids take the vaccines, not wanting to wear masks. Basically, the non compliance. They've kind of been singled out in society. So it's kind of highlighting, the dissenters, and like Esau's gonna get rid of a hell of a lot of people, man. Like you go to the Georgia Guidestones, that basically means what? Maintain humanity. Under 500 million, that means there's a massive amount of loss of life, man. Absolutely colossal amount of people ceasing to exist, man. People getting annihilated, because that's like going from what, 7, almost 8 billion to 500 million. That's wild. So it's Esau's gonna be able to push for more extreme actions, as more events take place, man. Okay. Revelation 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." Yeah. Esau's moving with that wrath, man. And that's it. It's like kind of when these things get pushed through, it's not wasted, because that's something that, even though it was just in Czech Republic, it's gonna apply for the whole of Europe. and then you have other places take their leave from what Europe does. So yeah, it's these situations kind of watch for, because why? It's the elite building up that case, so that when they come with their uh, you know NWO solution, it's gonna feel justified and be accepted. Yeah. Um, I'll leave it there. Shalom. Yeah, Bashim Shabashim Kakadash Shalom.